Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for today's plan with me. This week will be a continuation of the same holiday that we were on from my previous plan with me. So again, some of this was filmed whilst I was out there, so apologies for the kind of patchy lighting. And then the second half of the week was filmed back home, to be back at my usual desk with my usual lamps. So this week is another paper crown planner kit. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, so I will pop it in the description box as always. Just as someone did mention it in a comment recently, just in case anyone is wondering, the planner that I use is Sadies stickers A5 wide, or I think they're also referred to as 5x9, 7x9. 7x9 maybe, but A5 wide planner anyway. And I went for the dated version just because the monthly pages then have the month written on them. That's the only reason I went for it. I blank out the writing in the weekly spreads because I like to use my own script headers anyway. But yeah, sorry, just because that came up, I just realised I always put it in the description box. But of course, once you've sort of said it once at the beginning of the year, I never mention it again. So apologies if anyone is... sorry, Wendy's moving around. She's been sunbathing at the moment and she's pretty tired, so she's wriggling around next to me on the bed trying to get comfortable out of the heat for a minute. Yeah, sorry, can't remember the name of the kit, but I will pop it in the description box. That was a really big sigh from Wendy, sorry. She's clearly in a good mood today. I love it when dogs sigh. It's like a really content, just like, oh, I'm feeling pretty great. Life's pretty good, you know. I just find it really funny. Dogs are just so full of character and personality. I love it. Sorry, second half of this week. So I used everything in the base is from the kit, and then I used date scripts from Sadie Stickers for both the month and the weekdays. I wanted it to be cohesive. The only complaint that I have is that her month scripts are really small compared to, it's the same script, like on the website, it's the same thing. It's like the antique writing or whatever it's called. But for some reason, the weekdays are bigger than the month scripts, and I can't understand that because it would make more sense and look more cohesive if it was like all the same. But anyway, I wanted it to look as close as it could. And then the date dots are from Sadie Stickers as well. Well, are they? No, I think they might be from Paper Trail Plans. Anyway, they both have a really similar, it's called like academic script or something, but very similar. But I tend to purchase the ones from Paper Trail Plans just because it's a bigger sheet, whereas the Sadie Stickers one's Tuesday or Tuesday. Anyway, I'm getting carried away here. At the end of the spread, you will see that I did end up lining every single column with the column borders from Pretty Pink Co. I can't remember if I mentioned in a recent plan with me, I was going to do a sticker haul, and then theirs must have got lost in the post somewhere. That it always takes them a while to ship, and then certainly longer than what's advertised on their website. So I knew that going in when I placed my order, and then it must have got lost, and then they did very kindly replace it. I waited a while because I just thought, you know, with all the strikes that are going on, maybe I just happened to get caught up and it would arrive, you know, a month later. So I did wait a while, but yeah, it wasn't showing up and it still hasn't shown up. So they very kindly reshipped, and it arrived within like 2 or 3 days. It was quite a noticeable difference. So very grateful for them for reshipping, but I ended up scrapping the sticker haul because it was just taking too long. And also I just don't really feel like there's a need for them these days from me personally. So many people do sticker hauls. I'm not purchasing stickers in the same way I was before, so I don't get stickers in that way really anymore. I'm sort of placing 1 or 2 orders a year of my favourite things, and that's it. And then you see the printable kits and the weekly spreads anyway. So I'm probably overthinking this, certainly over talking about it. But yeah, I just wanted to say I did line the cost. It's a very expensive thing to do, so I save it for special weeks, and this felt like a week that I wanted to add that bit of pizzazz to because it was a very special week, and I love how it came out in the end, but it's certainly something that I'm only saving for very, very, very special weeks. And then I also used that Pretty Pink Co. Foiled dainty dot washi across the date cover section and across the washi section. So that's the kit itself. In terms of icons this week, I really wanted to go heavy on the pink because it was such a pink kit, and I thought I'd make it look as kind of feminine and girly and pretty in pink as possible. And I feel I achieved that. So I used pretty much solely white Deer stationery icons because I wanted them all to look the same. I did use, I'll point them out when I see them, but I did use a couple from Happy Sherpa Papery, a couple from Crafts by Towie when I wanted to use the rose gold foil, and then I think one from Harriet Wright Designs. But I will, like I say, I'll point those out as I go, as I see them coming up as I'm recording this. So this was a very, very special week. So I mentioned in my last Plan With Me that we were in St. Lucia, absolutely phenomenally beautiful place. And we had booked, in the previous week, they had come to us with an offer of an upgrade. And we thought because it was Lewis's 30th birthday this year, we thought, let's do it. So this was the week that we ended up having 2 nights at the Jade Mountain Resort, which is like supposed to be the most romantic hotel in the Caribbean, and it's certainly the best hotel on the island. So we checked in on the Monday. So I finished packing all of our stuff on Monday morning. We spent the morning on the beach because you can't check in until 3, I think it is, or maybe 2, whenever the room was ready. So we just chilled on the beach because it shares the same beach with the hotel we were at anyway. And then we went and checked in, and it was so exciting. The bikini sticker that I'm about to put down here is from Happy Sherpa Papery, and the bubble bath sticker that I'm about to put underneath it is from Crafts by Towie. It was incredible. I've added a bunch of photos at the end so that I can go into a bit more detail, but oh my goodness, I've never been anywhere so stunning. There's a pool in the room. Sorry, I ended up having to pause for a sneeze there. I probably sound really nasally now. I apologise. It's so annoying. Every time I'm doing a Plan With Me, this happens. Yeah, there's a pool in the room. The view over the pitons, just incredible, absolutely incredible. The whole room is completely open on one side to the mountain side. So you have complete panoramic views outside of it. I mean, it's just, the whole thing is incredible, and it's an eco-friendly resort thing, so they do so much to try and preserve the environment, look after the sand and sort of the terrain, and they have their own cocoa trees, and they make their own chocolate and stuff on site. I mean, it's just exceptional. It's like nothing we've ever experienced in our whole lives. So that was a real bucket list item for Lewis. So we did do that. And then in the evening on Monday we played some bridge, we went for dinner, had some music, and then on Tuesday and on Wednesday, actually on both days, they offered yoga on the rooftop terrace quite early in the morning. For me anyway, it was at 7 in the morning, but I'd been waking up at about 5 a.m. most mornings anyway because I didn't really settle into their time zone at any point. So that was incredible. To do that on the rooftop terrace with that view was amazing. I've included the photo of the yoga mat with that view at the end of this because, again, just exceptional. We did go for a beginner's dive on Tuesday. We're not certified. We've both done diving before, but we've never become certified. So we just did the kind of shallow dive that was about 30 feet. It was lovely, saw some beautiful fish, and then we just wanted to make the most out of our room because we were only there for 2 nights. So we did sort of stay in the room. We were in and out of the pool, just relaxing. I think I had another bath that day because it was a really cool whirlpool bath with the most incredible jets. And then I did film and edit some of my Plan With Me, and then we did it was my in-laws' anniversary on the 1st of April, so we did pay for them to come and join us for a 4-course dinner, and it was just incredible. And then we noticed that night that we'd been given a pillow menu, so we did have a laugh at ordering a pillow from the pillow menu, which again, just never been anywhere like that before, but it was just amazing. We checked back out on the Wednesday because we'd had our 2 nights, went back down to the hotel that we were at before, which again I've said is it's a sister hotel, so it's literally one sits just slightly above the other. They use the same beach, they use the same bars, all of that. It's very much just Jade Mountain is for the mega rich, so we didn't fit in there. The sort of type of people that we were noticing there are not the type of people that we would consider ourselves to want to spend time with, but still a fascinating experience and lovely to do for the 2 nights. And then we actually started discussing booking a trip to Tobago, which was, yeah, quite we like to plan our next holiday while we're on holiday, as I'm sure most people do. Thursday was just a chill day at the beach, just lapping up the last kind of memories of everything. We did some more snorkeling, saw another turtle. I tried a dirty martini for the first time. Disgusting, not for me. Absolutely not, will never have again. And then we played some more bridge while we were waiting to check out, had some more cocktails, and then the flight home was extremely turbulent, at least half of it. About 4 hours of the flight had the seatbelt sign on and was just very, very unpleasant for someone who is not a good flyer. We drove home on the Friday morning because we landed at about 11:30 in the morning, grabbed a KFC on the way home, and then slept all afternoon. Did some unpacking, caught up on Reacher. We had to watch the finale of Reacher. We'd been waiting for that for what felt like a lifetime, even though it was only 2 weeks. And then we just went and grabbed some chicken sheesh from the local kebab guy, and that was absolutely delicious, absolutely the best decision. On Saturday, we both missed our alarms, which was really annoying. We wanted to pick up Wendy in the morning, slept through every alarm that we had, so we were late picking her up, which was a shame. But we just cuddled her and squished her and just all made the most of her when we got home. It was lovely just to have that time. Caught up on Severance, and then we actually booked Tobago. Lewis's mum booked it for everyone. So it will be me, Lewis, his sister, her boyfriend, and their parents all going to Tobago. It's going to be a really special holiday again next year. And then Sunday was just a calm day. We had a really long lie-in. We walked Wendy, cleared the garden. That lion sticker, by the way, the bed at the top of Sunday is from My Newest Addiction. And then we just played some Call of Duty in the afternoon. I recorded my voiceover, and then I prepped my spreadsheet for all of the ridiculous amount of stuff that I'm now having to take, and my new kind of dietary requirements that should help me kick long COVID out of my body for good, but we shall see how that goes. So I hope you've enjoyed these last few photos. I hope you enjoyed that plan with me. It was just incredible. That was the yoga picture that I was talking about. I mean, the views were just amazing. And here was the room service breakfast we had on our last day. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.